Hey guys, and on this episode of Fab and Racing, we're going to start working on the custom center console bit to mount the shifter and the handbrake. But we're not using this. I'll tell you why in a moment. Okay, so reason why we're not using this, which is I believe to be 4204 aluminum, or something of that, something of the 4000s. As you can tell, I've done some stuff to it, and I can't get it to TIG weld. Plus, I also tried doing aluminum soldering, and that didn't work. What I found out recently, my welder there, which is a multi-processor, it can do TIG, MIG, and stick, doesn't TIG weld in AC, it TIG welds in DC. And anytime I tried to weld aluminum, it turned out like this. Really, really disgusting. I did not like it. Messaged a buddy of mine who went to school for welding and told me that I was welding in wrong. I was welding in DC. Aluminum needs to be welded in DC. Now, again, he went to school for it. I didn't. I'm just slowly learning by myself. But I switched the polarity, and that didn't work. Because I watched a YouTube video on a professional, and I did that. Melted the tungsten rod. And see. Hey, fine. But instead, I'm going to use some mild steel. I wanted to make it out of aluminum so it was lightweight. So I guess I'm just going to have to wait till I get either a better welder or a specific TIG welder for doing aluminum. I'm making sure it's AC, not DC. Or AC and DC, both maybe. But, yes, do you need something? But we're going to use some thin gauge steel to keep it as light as possible. I also got, you see the metal rod behind me up there. It is, I believe it's 1/2 inch or 3/4 inch angle iron. And it's about the same thickness as this, which is an 1/8 inch thick. So, again, trying to keep it as light as possible. Gonna make it kind of the similar frame size as that, but obviously it'll be a lot stronger. It'll be a little bit heavier, but it'll still do its job. So, I guess we'll get to the welding, but I'm doing that tomorrow morning because it's already getting late today, and it's cold. And I don't have enough dry wood at the moment. Brought the wood stove. Don't know why I'm pausing a bunch. See you guys tomorrow. Hey guys, it's actually now 2 days later. Had a little get-together thing yesterday because a buddy of mine's younger brother turned 21, so we all went out and had a good time. But today, I'm going to start cutting up the pieces for the center console bit. As you can tell, I had a shape in mind. This is a little off-center since I threw it for the intro. But I'm going to try to make it just like that, and I'm going to try to make it as even as possible, because, I mean, don't want it to be off-center or shaped weirdly. I'm going to try my best to get these measured properly, because I'd like it to be the same dimensions, but see how it goes. now I gotta clean out the welding table, or what is currently the welding table. I plan to get like a piece of sheet metal, and I think I've explained it in a previous video. Get a piece of sheet metal to make this a little bit of a better welding table, because this is just galvanized sheet metal on here right now. Not the greatest. It's just burning through anytime the welder touches it. So I'm gonna get I'm gonna clear this off. This is actually a jig I've been trying to make for making custom suspension like control arms and A-arms, but my drill press currently is a very cheap and small one, and for some reason it can't handle drilling through 1/8 inch angle iron. So I gotta wait till I get a bigger drill press to do that, but let's get this cleaned off. All right, well, it's not tomorrow. It's actually 2 days after I ended up going to the St. Louis Auto Show yesterday, so I didn't have time to come back and work on this after I got done because it was already dark. I didn't feel like starting a fire in the wood stove. Somebody wants attention. But yeah, today we're going to work on it. I'm going to do some welding. Don't mind the... Does thou want attention? Anyway, I'm gonna clean up the joints on there. I'm gonna clean them up, grind off the scale and whatnot. That way it's a clean weld, and I'm actually gonna TIG weld it, or at least attempt, because I've barely at all TIG welded. I've done just a few couple pieces and practices here, as I've stated, and yeah, I can see how it goes. I just hope it turns out good, because I don't want it to look bad. Granted, it's gonna have aluminum sheet metal covering it. Alright, well now it's time for me to set up my welder for TIG welding. So I gotta move the gas regulator over to my 100% argon bottle, and then might need to grind the point on my tungsten rod, not sure, but if needed I will do. So I'm gonna get all this switched over, and we'll see you guys right back here. Well, as you can tell, I'm not that good of a TIG welder, and it was spitting a little bit, which tells me either something wasn't clean, or perhaps I had the voltage wrong. I believe it's something clean. I'm new to TIG welding, so yeah. But I mean, I didn't do bad. I mean, the weld's a hold. Not super great penetration. I'm much better at MIG welding than I am TIG welding. So, and I'm also better at filling gaps by MIG welding, because one, for instance, right here, come on, there we go. Yeah, not the prettiest. And that one's definitely got a crater, so yeah. Yeah, not the best TIG welder. Come on, camera. There we go. But spin that around. I think I'm going to switch the machine over to MIG welding because, like I said, I'm better at filling gaps with a MIG weld than I am a TIG welder because I'm new to TIG welding. So I think I'm going to finish this part up with the MIG welder and then probably do more of this later on because I need to regrind this tip because it doesn't have a point anymore. Yeah. All right, well, fixed the issues. I'm not going to show you the fixing because I just got hit with something because I don't know if it's material or whatnot, but my MIG welds don't look as good as they usually do. So I don't know if it's something I had set up wrong with my welder or what. But I don't know, they weren't penetrating very well. But as the old phrase goes, a grinder and looking at my jacket. As the old phrase goes, a grinder and paint will make you the welder you ain't. Not a phrase I like, and don't ever want to say it again. Alright, well, I got the edges and the welds ground down, which there was more than just a reason to clean up the welds to grind those down, because this is going to get like an aluminum plate on top so that I can mount switches, mount the handbrake and the shifter, because I'm taking the column shifter here and I'm going to move it down here onto like on a winter's gated shifter. But this is going to end up going right here. And now I got to see where exactly the arms that are going to go, the parts that are going to go down and mount to the floor, how long they need to be and where they need to be. So now, in all honesty, I'm probably not going to continue on the center console project until I can finally just put this in here, start tearing it apart, start working on it, which hopefully will be in the next month or two, because I go back to work tonight, and next month we're supposed to get a profit share bonus from work, and it's a fairly good size bonus, so I'm going to do a couple things. I'm going to finish paying off my house, and then I'm going to pick up a daily driver. That way, like I said, I can put this up and start working on it and make it a project. So, until then, until this actually gets put in here and is permanently a project, until it's no longer a project and running and driving and racing, I'm not going to work on the center console bit, because obviously it's kind of hard to measure things when there's carpet in the way or seats that I'm not going to be using anymore, because as comfortable as those seats are, which they're even not really that comfortable, they're not suitable for doing any type of off-road racing or street racing, because they're very, well, plain. No bolstering, no nothing. So until next time, I'm going to leave you with this. Always push towards your goals, no matter what people say. If it is a worthy and just goal, something you are passionate about, like I am with this, push toward it. Don't let other people discourage you. I'll see you guys next time.